Welcome to our not brand new, but brand new to 2025 website live reviews. I am so excited to be here with you today. My name is Sammy Bedell Mulhern. I am a digital marketing strategist, a color street stylist, website designer, developer, and have been a huge fan of all things Becky and Jeremy and Oh My Hi for a long time. So grateful that they are allowing me to come back and do some Oh My Hi website. Let me just make sure really quick that I'm in the right place. And I think we are. Awesome. So the point of these trainings is to review a few of the Oh My Hi websites that currently exist. So we've got 3 people that have volunteered their sites to be reviewed. So I'm super excited to go through them. If you are an existing Oh My Hi user, then by all means, take the questions that I ask, the suggestions that I make, and use them to review your own website if you're looking to increase conversions. The goal is really to increase conversions from people coming to your website, seeing your content, making sure there's clarity in your messaging and the way that you have things laid out, and making it easy for people to make the decision to purchase, join you, get on your email newsletter, all of the things. So take a look at what we share here and see if that's something that you can kind of upgrade, update on your existing website. If you are not an Oh My Hi user and you're just kind of lurking and hanging out and kind of checking things out, then this is a great opportunity for you to see some examples of some things on Oh My Hi, what you can do, what the possibilities are, and then just to kind of get used to the amazing Oh My Hi community that we have here. I definitely help out with some overall website strategy, design, and development. But Lisa Duck, who I believe is here hanging out with us also, she is amazing support inside of the Oh My Hi community, leading trainings for people to come ask questions for how to build out your site. So what I love about Oh My Hi is just the ability, your hand is held through the whole process between Lisa and the Oh My Hi team and these reviews that happen here. So we're going to help you make your website the best that it can be so that you can build your audience and grow your business. So I see a couple people here. Hi, Paige. I am going to go ahead and share my screen. Lisa, I think you are sharing this to the Oh My Hi community page, so hopefully we're all good there. But I am going to share my screen. Hey, Robin. Yes, Lisa is the bomb. She's amazing. Life would not be the same without her. Okay, let me share my screen and we're going to go ahead and pop in. So I have 3 that we are going to be going through today. I'm going to share my entire screen here. Make sure you're seeing it. I haven't used Vimeo to live stream in quite some time. I feel like it didn't. Oh no. Why is it not? This is why we should test things, because apparently it's telling me that I can't share my screen because I don't have my settings correct. Let's see. There we go. That works. We'll just have to do one tab at a time. Okay, so the first website that we are looking at is Kim's Kitchen, and she is with Tastefully Simple. And so love this. I think a lot of people, and we'll see this on quite a few websites here, this is kind of real estate for a announcement bar. So I think this is great. It's clean. It lets people know, gives people a visual of you. Also, I would maybe think about this as kind of an announcement of either something that's coming up, a teaser for something that you might want to share. But this is fine and looks very nice and clean in the short term. As far as your menu navigation goes, I think all of this is great. A couple of things to think about. So a links page, and I know this goes to all of these links. I would maybe consider not having this in your main navigation and putting these links just on your homepage as it goes, or maybe putting this in the footer It just takes up a lot of real estate up here that maybe you don't want to spend it on or confuse people with what action you want them to take, right? We want them to go to your blog, we want them to shop your site. This fundraising is super clear. Let's party. This might just be a distraction, and you have a lot of these links already there. The other one is Sassy Bees. Um, Obviously, your audience probably knows what this is. I don't know what this is. So, you could absolutely keep it here. That's fine. It's password protected, which is great. So it's probably gated content. Maybe that's the name of your team. I don't know, but that could be confusing to folks as well. Maybe there's somewhere farther down that you could put that information so that it's not taking up the real estate here and confusing the customers that you want to shop with you. I love this, the how can I help with your mealtime stresses? It makes it very clear the problem that you're solving and what it is that you are kind of helping people with. This is a great image. Uh, this language, love this, that you have a personal story. And you talk about busy families and picky eaters. So there's a lot in here that is really helpful for people to understand what you're all about and why they might want to connect with you. And this button goes to a blog post, which I think is fantastic. So people can stay on your website and learn more about you and connect with you versus going straight to Tastefully Simple and maybe getting overwhelmed. A few of my favorites, and this is a great section. We're going to make a few tweaks here. So more than 85% of our products are clean label. And I love this as a differentiator for Tastefully Simple and for people that are shopping for products. I don't know what clean label means. So maybe think about some of the words that you're using and not having them be Tastefully Simple jargon, but having them be words that the general public can use. And a great way to kind of figure that out is to just even go into your Google search and just start typing in terms and see what words come up as most popular so that you're using words that your audience is using. Or even just go to your VIP group or your customer base and see what words they use to talk about the ingredients and what they like about the product. So clean label, I don't necessarily know what that means, so I might just go past that and move on. This is helpful. But again, I think more clarification on the clean labels would be great. Love this. Now, here's the thing, and this is going to come up a couple more times today on different websites. These graphics are beautiful and they work great on social media. On a website, the hard part is that from an ADA compliance standpoint, it's not easy for somebody who's visually impaired or using an e-reader to understand what's happening in this image. Google also doesn't know the words that are on that image, so they can't kind of use it as a tool to understand more about what your website is all about. So what I might do in this situation is make sure you have a blog post for this. And so it could be onion, no chopping, no tears, like what you have here, like this is great. You might have an image of the product. And then instead either a button or a link that says, check out 10 reasons why onion seasoning is amazing. And then turn that into a blog post that people can click to learn more about this. If this is one of your favorite things and you've already got this great graphic, turn it into language on your website that is going to serve you as you continue to build your website and build your content. If somebody's searching for onion, even if they're not a customer of yours, you never know. It might end up showing up in search. And then same here, like great image. Love this. When I first came here, I didn't understand what disappearing dip was. I thought maybe it was a term like, oh, it's just so good, it's going to disappear. And I kind of figured it out when I came down here and the chicken avocados, that's what you're picturing. So even just in parentheses, like pictured left or recipe to, or product to the left, whatever it might be, but making sure that people understand that that's what the picture is. Because I might think that's a picture of corn and black bean salsa, when in fact it's a picture of disappearing dip. Also, you might want to hyperlink that to your site. So people, if they're like, oh yeah, that's what I want, they can click straight through and go ahead and add it to cart. We want to make these decisions easy. Remember, people are scrolling, they're taking in a lot of information at once. They're coming to your page to figure out, is this person for me? What's the information that I need? We are like moving really, really fast. So we want to make everything super easy for them to take that next step. So hyperlink this, make sure they know that this is disappearing dip. You could also maybe put it underneath the image. But this is great. This line, instead of testimonies show this is a big hit, you might want to just include a testimonial from one of your customers as opposed to just saying testimonies show this is a big hit. Like that feels like we're number one. Like you can just make these statements, but let's actually share. And you have a little bit of space here anyway. So putting a little testimonial from one of your customers, or if there's one on the website that you can share there, would be great. I'm a big taco fan. Taco Tuesday is every day in my household, so I love this. And again, if there's a recipe here, link that so that people can go straight to it. If it's on your blog, make it easy for people to take those next steps. If I'm really excited, this picture looks delicious. I'm really excited about dinner tacos. I love this. I want to know now. I want to make that decision. I don't have to think about it and work towards like, where am I going to go to actually find this information? Okay. So then as we scroll down, love this photo. Sorry, reading. You might want to make this a new paragraph because this is kind of like how you're solving the problem. And again, we scroll. See, now here you mentioned Sassy Bees, so I was right. It is your team. Yeah. Okay. So then here too, be sure to connect. Be sure to say, hi, I would love to connect. How do I do that? How do I connect with you? Because then this button says shop with me, which is totally fine. But maybe have another button that says, has your email, or have this hyperlinked and say like email me to connect and have that link. You can use mail to semicolon with your email address and it will automatically open email. But again, we don't want to make people work hard. So if they are like ready to connect and say hi, how do they do that? Maybe you want to add your social media icons down here, whatever you think makes sense. Okay, and then what we offer. Tastefully Simple offers a VIP program and hostess rewards. Okay, so when I was looking at this section, the thing for me is this feels very much like I really have to know about Tastefully Simple's programs in order to understand exactly what I'm going to get. Sign up for free and get. So is this the VIP program? Like, again, we want to make it stupid simple for people to understand what we're trying to get them to do. So adding a little bit more language to kind of flush this out. We don't want to be too wordy because I love how this is formatted with the check marks. Like it's super easy for people to kind of learn, but this feels like it's copied straight from Tastefully Simple's website. Earn $10, like, and also like, what do I do with my points? So it says they're valid for 6 months, but why do I care about earning points? Like if I get $10 off a $20 order with 100 points, like how else am I getting points? Is it only by purchasing? I don't know. I think maybe add a little bit more here. If you don't want to add a ton here, again, this is a great blog post. What does a Tastefully Simple VIP program look like? Have a button here that goes straight to a blog post, have a little bit of basic information here and drive them there where there's a lot more information. Same here. A lot of times we feel good about using acronyms. Always write it out, because if I have just scrolled down the page and I'm, kind of looking for things and all of a sudden this graphic catches my eye and I'm like, what's a TS experience? Make sure that says Tastefully Simple. We want to make sure we're not using jargon, we're using language everybody understands. And again, this is a great section on your website to have some customers come look at, or new customers, and say like, does this make sense? Like, should we reword this? Earn free products starting, earn free shipping. And then again, in your blog post, this image is great, but also like write it out in text so that it's easy for anybody to access. That's great. Want to get started. Okay, so then on this section, want to get started with Tastefully Simple, we have options to get started. Get started with what? So again, This in our brain makes sense because we live and breathe the work that we do. But for somebody just coming to the website, I don't know what that means. So it could be we have options to join Tastefully Simple, and earn commissions. Like what's in it for them? So yes, I can join for $5.99 a month or pay $65.89 for a year. But what am I doing that for? Why am I doing that? What's the purpose? And you have some of that here, but again, this is some of the nitty gritty that people don't necessarily need to see at the very beginning. We want to know the value. We want to know why people care. Why would somebody want to join my team? Why would somebody want to participate in Tastefully Simple? Why would they want to be? Why are they going to be excited about what the opportunities are? When they click get started, they're going to get all of this information. You could even, again, have a blog post that talks about what it's like to be on your team and have them go there first. So lots of different ways, but remember on our homepage, it's more likely that it's cold people that are getting to us either because they were referred by a friend or they saw a link on Facebook or maybe they found you organically through search. So we want to keep the language as simple and as like very beginning of people that have very, very first heard of us moving forward. And then don't miss out. Love this photo. Yeah, and I think this is great that you're kind of explaining exactly what people are going to get. They can subscribe, and then your footer. And again, I think we've talked about this before. These can be hyperlinked as well. So, like I said, using mail to semicolon or using either TEL or SMS semicolon. Because if somebody's on a mobile device, we want to make sure that it's easy for them to just click on that and take the action. Always trying to think about it from the lens of the user and how do they kind of take action quickly so that we can convert them. Okay, so I hope that that was helpful, Kim. If you have any other questions, please feel free to drop them in the chat. I'll come back to it. I only have the Oh My Hi chat open. I don't have the community group open. So if you're commenting over there, I'm sorry, I will get back to them as soon as we're done here. Okay, so now let me share my screen again. And we're going to move on to Paige and Mountain Flare and Fitness. Okay, so this is Paige's website. Love the colors. Love this logo so much. First thing first is spring is almost here. My favorite tanner's back on March 4th. Email me to order some or request a sample here. And I'm assuming that you put this request a sample here because the request a sample button is right here, but I'm not necessarily going to automatically know that that's where I should go. So I would hyperlink email me so that they can automatically email. And I would hyperlink request a sample and remove here. So when we think about how we're linking things, we want to link the words that are descriptive of the action that it's going to take them to. So email me, if you click that, it's going to open up an email, right? Request a sample. If I click on that, it's going to take me somewhere where I can request a sample. And again, this is helpful for a couple ways. Number one is it helps with user experience. Number two, for ADA compliance. And number three, for search engines to understand more context about your website and where that link is taking people as you start to build your know, like, trust authority with Google for more organic search. So I would hyperlink those two things. We never want to hyperlink just here because that doesn't tell me anything. I don't know where here is going. And if I'm using an e-reader to go through and just kind of check the links, it's just going to say here, and I don't know where that goes. So that doesn't help me out any. And so I know I talk about ADA compliance. It's a whole another big thing, but it's definitely something we want to consider as we work through our websites to make sure that the user experience is friendly and helpful for all. Okay, so then all of these up here are great. The only one that I was questioning was grab the freebie. I don't know what the freebie is, so I'm not likely to click on that because I may or may not care what that is about. So when I click on it, it's going to take me to a free guide on the 5 top things that you can't live without in a training, right? To live a healthier life. Yeah, I mean, I think this is great. I might healthier life means a lot of different things to a lot of different people. So you might want to think about even being more specific with the problem you're solving there. But see if there's a way that you can make this a little bit more specific. Otherwise, put it somewhere else on the page with more detail so that people can see more about what that is. I love this photo. Clearly say what you are doing. Keep busy. The only disconnect that I had here between like this freebie and then going down here to Nu Skin in mission to give busy women the tools and confidence to conquer the world. I feel like your personal story and where you're at and how you inspire and lead women and Nu Skin are not necessarily exactly the same thing. Two different audiences, potentially, not two different audiences, but like two different stories. So you might want to think here about how you can more in this connection connect Nu Skin to how you best ways to care for your body and mind. Because I love this, I'm just kind of not having the connection between Nu Skin and how that helps busy women build confidence and conquer the world. I think there is, I mean, it is there, but I think maybe flesh that out a little bit. Oh, I'm glad you're working with Becky on your freebie. That's awesome. Okay, love this. These are great photos and tell a great story about who you are. Fantastic. A few of my favorite things, again, love this. This image is fantastic because it so quickly and easily shows the before and after. What similar to when we were doing Kim's page, I have nowhere to go. So if I'm like, oh my gosh, that's amazing, I have nowhere to go to click that or to add that to cart or to purchase that. So again, make buttons down here or hyperlinking the product name up here so that if I'm really excited about this, I can either go to a blog post that's going to give you more information about how to use it, best practices, or it's going to take me straight to that page on your shopping site so that I can purchase it right away. And then this is great. Anti-aging. Anti-aging science, and I might also just get a little bit more specific about kind of the general catalog that Nu Skin is. Skincare, yada, yada, yada. Love this photo. And then, here I would say join my email list to hear about Nu Skin's new releases, specials, and crazy things going on in my life. Because if I read just the first part of this, I might immediately be like, nah, I don't want to get on Nu Skin's general list, but I really like what Paige might have to offer. So even just like a simple tweak of like join my email list versus join the email list can be really awesome and make a difference. And then I would give them an option to like I feel like I don't know where to go. And I know right here is the form, which probably puts people on your email list. But this Let's Chat makes it seem like it's something different. So how can I get on your email list right here? I know it looks like you're using ConvertKit. Maybe you're switching over to Oh My High's email. But either a button here or a form here or removing this Let's Chat. I'd love to hear from you if this is truly the form that you're using for your email opt-in so that it's not confusing as far as how do I get on that list. And then love this. Again, same thing. Hyperlink, hyperlink, hyperlink. So that people can easily click on that on a mobile device and get over to what it is that you're sharing. And I know you're on a journey right now, Paige. I think there's such potential with regards to how you talk about your personal life, how you talk about Nu Skin. So I think just a little bit of work on how to blend those two things together so people make the connection that, yes, I want to be here because of Nu Skin and because of your storytelling and your willingness to share. Yes, Paige, you can absolutely ask a question. And I'm just going to chill because I think there's a little bit of a delay here because I can see me a little bit behind. But yes, feel free to please ask a question. That is what I'm here for. Give her a second. Awkward silence. Should we tell Paige to type faster? Just kidding. Okay, I'm gonna do, actually, Paige, I'm gonna do Amy's website really quick, and then I know, I'm sorry. And then I will come back to your question. So take your time to type. Should you merge the Let's Chat and the email opt-in form? So I think it depends on what's the purpose between those two forms. Like usually an email opt-in is just first name, email, and then like away we go, so that we don't have to ask as much information. So maybe what I would do is, if you want to have them separate, add some more language there. So it's not just let's chat, but it's, hey, if you have more questions about the product, or you want more specific resources, or you want to learn about a specific product line, because I think, sorry, I stopped sharing my screen. But I think you have on here like new releases, becoming a Nu Skin affiliate, personal shopping, and more information about specific products. So you could, instead of saying let's chat, you could say something maybe like, have a specific question, fill out our form so that I can follow up with you on these particular product lines. But if the goal is to get more people on your email list, then I would cut it and just have that and just say, hey, I'd love to hear from you, like sign up for my newsletter, and have it in that kind of orange section. Because I think you also have your wellness quiz on here, which is great, and will give people an opportunity to get on your email list, but also learn more, and you can get more specific information about them. So I would keep it simple. Sorry, I have a crazy squirrel that's right outside my window and like comes to hang out with me and like to parkour on my window. So he's sitting right there and he taps on my window and runs around and kind of makes things crazy. How are people able? Larissa, currently the people that we're pulling from are in Modern Direct Seller Academy VIP. But we'll probably open it up to a broader base here shortly. Okay. One more, and I think we're going to do Amy's. Let me share my screen one last time. And I think she's having a couple of issues because I'm not seeing everything that she's seeing. So she's working on that. So we're going to go ahead and do this anyway. But Amy, let's definitely make sure we connect after you make some of the adjustments. So this is Amy, and I don't see her menu navigation, so she's working on fixing that. But I love that she has kind of this Ready to Clean Up Your Beauty Act and some different information. I would say here, I put together a quiz you're going to love. Be hyper specific. Anybody who fills it out gets a $5 gift. Like, make sure that it's just easy for people to understand. I don't have to ask questions. I don't have to wonder. Identify areas of interest for what. Learn how to use minimal products for maximum effect. So like, is this somebody who doesn't want to wear a lot of makeup, and so like I can feel really good about my makeup, but I don't like to use a ton of product? Is it somebody who wants clean ingredients in their product, so it's minimal in the side of the product, that kind of thing. And then this I would remove. I would put take the quiz, and then you could have another section here that says be sure to say hi. I would love to connect. Where am I saying hi to you at? So again, thinking about how we want to connect with people and make sure that it's easy for them to like click that button and go from there. Love this image, but again, I'm going to say this is similar to what we talked about with Kim. Make this text and not a graphic like this on a website so that it's showing information. I would, you could share some of these images and then put this information underneath it. And then you've got your quiz, which is great. And I know you're in transition. You mentioned you're in transition, so I'm sure that there's more that's happening here. Beauty in the works. Oh, beauty that works. Sorry, I'm totally can't read. Okay, I love this. I'm here to save you time, money, and effort. Salon quality manicures or cosmetics. Okay, love this. I would maybe even drop that down on a separate line and make it bigger so that it pops up right away. and that you can, if somebody's scrolling, they see that, because that's a powerful statement. I'll show you how to reclaim your me time. Love that. And again, make sure that there's a button here for people to know where to go. And so I apologize. I know that you're in the works here. And so if you get your header and everything set up and you want me to review it one more time, I'm happy to do that. But love the colors. Love the graphics. Let's just make sure that the text is easy, because, like here, I'm going to have to manually type in amycovertbeauty@gmail.com. Might not necessarily do that, but if I have a link that I can just click on really easily, it's going to make things happen and make things so much easier for me. Let's see. So that is all she wrote for today's website reviews. Again, make sure if you are an Oh My High user and not yet in the Oh My High user community group, that you are there as well. I will pop into that chat and look for questions and things that might exist there. I hope this was helpful for you to see kind of some of the things that we've got going on in the Oh My High websites. It keeps saying Omaha as my closed captioning. Oh My High. And we will be back. Let's see. I will be back on Monday the 24th at 2 p.m. Central Time, so 12 Pacific, with 3 more websites to review. Let us know if you have any questions, but thank you again for being here and for allowing me to talk your ear off for about 30 minutes about websites, which I love. And I look forward to seeing you all soon in the Oh My High community, in the Modern Direct Seller community, and all of the things. So I will talk to you later.